we found this one story about this one entrepreneur. His name's Sae Hyung Jung, and he started two companies that had actually failed, but now is the CEO and founder of a company called OVISE, which has raised a total of $45 million. So I want to get in and talk to, like, a couple of the companies that he had started that didn't work out, that he had started when he was 18 and 20 years old. One of them being like, an AI bot to help, college, high school students try to get into college. What are your guys' thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, I was seeing that like he had people on payroll that he was paying for the company that he ended up going into debt that I guess like credit card debt because he couldn't afford and wasn't making enough like money off the company to have the money coming in. And to see him kind of like pivot, and they talked a lot about how like being adaptable and flexible, obviously, if any entrepreneur is like a pivotal skill to have, and that was something that he obviously used because he pivoted from the artificial intelligence kind of software that he was using for test scores and stuff like that to now it's like a virtual kind of like office check places that he's doing or something like that now, and it's raised a total of I guess that last round they did 30 million last month. They're up to like 45 million now.
45 million total.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting about the business he started at 21, and that was helping examination. Is pretty much examination for Japanese university admission, and he said that at the time only about 1,000 students a year were taking that test. So even though investors, whenever he talked to them, they would be like, "Hey, you need to push into a bigger market because this simply just isn't big enough." And he pretty much said, "No, I'm just going to keep pushing regardless, and because I believe in my product." But ultimately, that shows you that sometimes the market for the business just isn't big enough, and that's ultimately why it failed.
Yeah, and I mean, in the article, he talks a lot about pivoting and how important that is as an entrepreneur. I mean, his first business that he started at 18 was a trading business, more so in the trade of helping manufacturers and suppliers, get to the right, get their products to the right place that they need to go. And talking about pivoting as an entrepreneur, when COVID came, that's kind of why that business shut down. And ultimately, those failures and learning how to pivot is probably what led him to when he started oVice, to be able to navigate what to do during the COVID pandemic and everything.
I mean, I think oVice is a really neat software because it shows you, if you guys aren't familiar with what oVice is, it's pretty much, imagine Zoom, but in a more casual way. So pretty much it has your entire workspace and office within its platform, and you can pretty much go up to individual team members or departments and go ahead and have a casual conversation with people with just one click. So that way you're able to figure out bottlenecks and have more of that in-person experience online. And I think this is great for companies because it gives you that environment to be able to talk to your team members in that hybrid model that's so popular now in 2022.
Yeah, just going from, basically stacking your credit card with a bunch of debt just to be able to pay employees to now he's, got 10 million in revenue a year.